Most scripting can be accomplished using custom functions, but there are some built-in functions that Roblox adds that make it easier to accomplish common tasks. In this video, I'll talk about some of the functions that certain objects may have and the benefits of using them in your projects. Object functions are built into objects that can be used to reduce the amount of extra code that is needed in scripts. Usually these functions are for basic tasks such as cloning and deleting, but they can also be used for more specialized objects. It wouldn't be very practical to define and maintain these functions in every script that needs the functionality, so having them built into the objects is a better choice for code organization. In order to use a built-in function, you'll want to write the object location, followed by a colon, and then the name of the function. After you finish the function name, you'll want to add parentheses to define it as a function call. All functions are case sensitive, so make sure that the function name is spelled and capitalized correctly. There are a variety of common built-in functions, so I'll try to go over the more important ones. Destroy can pretty much be used on any object and remove the object from the game. It removes the object and all of its children objects as soon as possible from the game and is visually similar to setting the parent of an object to nil. However, it's better than setting the parent of an object to nil, as that hides it but doesn't remove it from memory. If you want delayed removal of the object from the game, you'll want to look into the debris service, as that will allow you to delay object removal with specified time length. How about if you wanted to remove all children objects inside of another object? Well, you could cycle through all of the objects within that object, or you could just use the clear all children function. This one's pretty useful for dealing with lists and other generated objects. If you want to grab a list of all the children of an object, use the getChildren function on it and it will return a table with all of the objects. This list will only return what it can find at the moment, so if you want to use this right when the game starts, you may need to add a delay before calling that function. That way objects that haven't spawned yet will have a time to load before the function grabs them for later use. Another common function is the clone function. As the name suggests, this function will duplicate the current object with all of its properties included. You'll want to attach this function call to a variable declaration, or else you won't be able to find the object to modify afterwards. Searching for a specific object? Well, you could use one of two functions, find first child and wait for child. Find first child is used if the target may not be a child of the object. This is usually used if you want to check to see if an object exists. It will return the object if it exists, or nil if it doesn't. Wait for child will do exactly as the name suggests. It will pause the script until it finds that object. Use this function if you have objects that you know exist. This is a better way to define object locations in variables, since it waits for them to appear before trying to modify them. If you've seen my earlier video on remote events, you might remember the fire server and the fire all clients functions. Those are special functions that are specific to objects such as remote events and remote functions. Some objects will have special functions while others will just have common ones. You'll want to check out the API reference section on the Roblox developer wiki in order to learn more about the potential object functions in the specified object. The Roblox Studio Object Browser widget is also a good source for basic information about objects as well.